What's going on out there, UT family? This is Sam Leg here representing Team JVS, back here again for another series review. This is the first episode of new hit show. I'm going to say hit because people are not ready. Because I wasn't ready. I had no preconceived notions about what this show was about. I only knew that Ridley Scott was involved, and I knew that it was brand new, coming September the 3rd. That was it. And HBO Max is going to be premiering it. Let's just say, as an HBO original show, they nail it. Like, there's so many different levels to this, I can't even describe. But let's go unpack the first episode. First episode, it starts off with, I don't want to spoil too much because I want you to have the same atmospheric, experience that I had. But starts off with basically a ship kind of going. And it looks like, at first it looks like kind of like recorded like footage you see of like some kind of like random like alien, something's made up or fake or whatever. Then the ship goes and lowers down to this unsuspecting planet, which you think is Earth, but you really have no idea what's really going on. And then out of that ship comes, these beings, and you're just kind of like, what is going on? Named Mother and Father. And off gate, you can tell that they spared no, like they did not hold back on the budget for this. Like, from the cinematography, from the location, the site, like everything it felt as organically real as possible. It was very weird because I was like, the way that they're speaking, the way that they're kind of like moving, they're so nonchalant. I was kind of like, what is really going on? I was like, bro, like you almost died. Like, what is going on? And as things start to unpack, and you start to realize what they're doing there, what they're trying to start, what they're trying to begin, what their beliefs are, as well as what they're trying to project onto this younger group of children. Bruh, it's insane. Like, it really is actually insane. And actually, in the very beginnings of the episodes, you kind of like feeling like this level of dread because you feel like there's this atmosphere of danger. And not the same exact thing. The raised by wolves, you kind of asking yourself, I think initially I was kind of like, raising wolves is what I thought this was about, but I didn't know it says raised by wolves. And like, there's a nod to that later on down the line. But I got to give credit where credit is due because there's a lot of it rides off this person's performance. I'm talking about Amanda Collin plays the role of Mother, and Abubakar Salim plays the role of Father. Both of their performances are amazing, but specifically Amanda's performance because she has different layers to her. And it's like when you start to understand what she is as a being, you start to question a lot of different things from a philosophical level, from a spiritual level. Like, it is very fascinating where they go with it. They also add like a vet, like a Vikings vet, in Travis Fimmel towards the back half of the episode. I don't know how much more his character is gonna go, but they really do some very interesting things with his character Marcus. The main forefront character is played by a role of Winter McGrath, played by he's playing the character Campia, and is very, like, from the very beginning, you start to understand some very interesting things about Campion, I'm sorry. And I don't want to spoil too much, but it is insane. The other thing about this that you're not going to expect is this is extremely violent, very gory, very sci-fi. Like, this is definitely in the veins of Ridley Scott. Like, only Ridley Scott could come up with something as insane as this. And it's just fascinating to see where things are going to go. Because there's a moment in the third act, I was kind of like, oh, okay. All right, I see where you're going there. Then I was like, wait, whoa. Yo, you're going to take it too far. Like, then they just keep going. Like, you know how, like, Rick Sanchez, like in, Rick and Morty, like, he goes and does things, and he just has no care whatsoever, like, where things could go or how far to take it. Things are taken to that level in this, and I kind of was like, yo, this is insane. Like, this is so insane. But there's a lot of heart to it there, because a big part of it is the bulk of these kids, their relationship, and their dependency on this mother and father and what they, what they mean to each other and what it means for them to be there, and the whole point for everything that's happening. All of it is important. Now, there's some flashbacks of some things that you start to question, like, well, what happened here? And I think the mystery behind all of it is in and of itself, it unpacks very well. And so as the first episode off the gate, I think they nailed it, man. Like they hooked me in. I don't know where things are gonna go, and I'm kind of like upset with certain characters, but I'm very fascinated. Like, it definitely, if you've seen the anime or read the manga Promised Neverland, I think this might give you a slight little inkling of where levels of this can go. That's all I'm gonna say, and it's insane. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that review. I'll talk to you guys later on. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, guys.